Hello, everyone. It's Shane Conto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Streaming Wasteland here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where each Friday I choose three streaming services and choose one previously released film off of each. And by the end of this episode, hopefully you have a nice full weekend of movies to check out. And this particular week, I am going to be focusing on Netflix, Disney Plus, and Mubi. And let's get started over on Netflix and with the classic cyberpunk acid noir sci-fi flick Blade Runner. And now, specifically on Netflix, they do have the final cut, which is the only version of this film that I have actually seen. I have not seen the original with all the noirish narration from Harrison Ford, but the final cut, speaking from that version of this film, is absolutely incredible. You have Ridley Scott, who just creates this incredible futuristic version of Los Angeles that is so engrossing. It is so creative. It's so lived in and grimy, and just all of it coming together. The neon lights, just all of it. The impressive design of all these buildings and such. The world building is incredible. And you have this noir feel, this detective story, and Harrison Ford plays Deckard in such a pitch perfect way. There's vulnerability, there is broodiness. He is somebody who is navigating this strange world around him of him being a Blade Runner hunting down replicants who have come to Earth to find their creator when replicants are not allowed on Earth. You have this exploration of what it really means to be human and who's real and who's artificial, and to what extent do we have moral obligations to these replicants, because like, are they human beings, are they living, can they really feel things, or are they just programmed that way? And this is such a fascinating film that has incredible visuals, a great cast with Harrison Ford and Rucker Hauer as Roy Batty, who's the leader of these replicants, is so darn good. His incredible monologue at the end of this film is just full of emotion, incredible writing, and line delivery. It's just so haunting. And that cat and mouse game that he plays with Deckard leading up to that point is intense. It's unnerving. It is scary. This film does not shy away from the grit, the regret, and everything that goes into life. And you have the likes of Sean Young and Edward James Olmos and Emmett Walsh, Daryl Hannah, William Sanderson, Brian James, Joe Turkel, James Hong, and so many talented people who breathe life into this story. And Ridley Scott certainly delivers such an impactful experience. And then you have the score, which is one of the most unique, ethereal scores you're going to hear in any film from Vangelis. It's just something incredible that sets the tone and sets the atmosphere for this film in such an engrossing and dynamic way. Next up, over on Disney Plus, we're going to look at another animated Disney classic, and that is 1961's 101 Dalmatians. And this film is such a charming little flick from way back when. And obviously, this has been remade in the 90s with Glenn Close as uh, Cruella de Vil. But here, this just has that iconic and pitch perfect villain song with Corella DeVille. And you have the likes of Rod Taylor lending their voice to this film, delivering a quality cast for sure. And, it's the animation, it's that 60s style Disney animation. It's rich in color, it's good in detail, and, it's hard to try to sell, like, coming up with how many different dogs for them to be able to navigate through this film, and just the animation is incredible. This journey's inspiring, them trying to get back home to be with their family for the holidays. And this film is such a classic, and just love the dogs. The little dogs are so charming, and these puppies, and you just want to see them make sure that they all get home safe. And then you have the likes of like Jasper and Horace, who are just a couple of goofy wit henchmen, and just, there's so many great characters in this. And of course, Cruella Deville with Betty Lou Gerson, who plays her, just nailing every beat, every line, and just bringing a whole new set of life into this era of Disney animation. And at the end of the day, the puppies are adorable, the dogs are cute, and it'll be really hard for people to not really feel that connection to this film because it's just that charming in that way. And lastly, we're going to head over to Mubi and talk about 2014's drama, 2 Days, One Night, in this tragic tale of Sandra, who is a factory worker who discovers her workmates have opted for a bonus in exchange for her dismissal. She only has one weekend to try to convince others to change their minds. And Marion Cotillard, who plays Sandra, is so good. She is an incredible talent. And especially in her non-English speaking roles, that's where she really shines. And she is so good in this film, trying to deal with this very intimate journey of her going around and trying to convince her coworkers to not throw her under the bus and support her. And there's so much tension, there's discomfort, and being expected to have to go somewhere else. And just seeing Cotillard breathe so much life and authenticity into Sandra, despite the fact she has to do a lot of things that she's not proud of. And like the human interactions in this are so good. The filmmaking is there, really works. And at the end of the day, this is such a moving, impactful, and raw cinematic experience. And just Cotillard, like I mentioned, is a world class actor and really sells this film in such a great way. She delivers such an impactful, moving, and poignant performance for sure. But that is a wrap here on the Streaming Wasteland. But let's make sure to go back and do us a little recap. Over on Netflix, we have 1982's Blade Runner, or Blade Runner Final Cut. Go check that one out. And over on Disney Plus, we have 1961's 101 Dalmatians. Lastly, from Mubi, 2024, we have 2 Days and One Night. And make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite, neo noir and mixing together different genres? What's your favorite classic Disney animated film? And what's your favorite Marion Cotillard performance? And tell me why it's her dying after her dying in The Dark Knight Rises. That is a joke. But this is a great list here. Make sure to comment and share. But make sure to also follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. The SPM crew is ever expanding and finding new guests for our shows and all kinds of different things. Make sure to check it out. And if you're interested in joining any of our shows or hosting your own, make sure to reach out and let us know. And if you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Streaming Wasteland here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network.